Dad and Kids Play 1. Okay, welcome back everybody. This is Dad from Dad and Kids Play, and we're here to bring you a new video. So in this installment, we're going to be playing X-Men Children of the Atom, going over Silver Samurai's move list. We hope you all enjoy, and let's proceed with the video. Okay, so starting off this move list, we're going to go with Fierce Kick. So when you tap the Fierce Kick button, what happened is Silver Samurai will do a lunging downward thrust attack. And this move, even though it doesn't cover much distance, it does help you close the distance between you and your opposition. So yeah, and then it's a great combo starter as well. So I usually do the Fierce Kick into the Shuriken. When you get them in the corner, it's a nice setup, I believe. So like if somebody go like sweep low or try to do a low attack, you do the Fierce Kick to hop over them and catch them off guard. Okay. So the second move I want to cover is the Fierce Punch. So when you press it one time, he does a standing fierce attack with his sword, but if you press it again, he'll go into a sweeping attack. So yeah, it's pretty much like a high-low tactic, but nevertheless, I feel like it's a pretty good move. And then also you can cut off your fierce into a different move. So standing, so that you can do like a standing fierce into a Shuriken, or you can just proceed to go low if you want to. Yep. Okay, so Silver Samurai first main attack is his Shuriken, and you do this by doing a quarter circle forward and he punch button. The Silver Samurai throw out a large energized Shuriken. Now, this move is pretty cool because first of all, it takes a lot of block damage. So yeah, it's a move like where you use to keep the pressure on your opponents. And you can also do this in midair. Yep, so it can be like like an ordinary jump, or you can do this move from a super jump. And one more thing I like to add, when you throw the Shuriken, if you hold down or hold up, you can like pretty much guide it. Yep, nice move. Okay, so the next move that I want to go over is called his Fury Sword, and you can do this move two different ways. So the first way to do the Fury Sword, you continuously press the punch button, and Silver Samurai will go berserk with his sword. So yeah, this move, especially doing it this method, it reminds me of Ihana's Hunter Hand Slap. It's basically all it is, but he's just using his sword. Okay. Alright, so the second way of performing this move is do a Dragon Punch motion with any punch button. And there we go. Alright, and also with both methods, you can just press over. Just tap forward on the controller to make Silver Samurai advance while he's doing this attack. Alright, so the next move that I want to talk about is his teleport. And you do this by doing a quarter circle forward and light kick. Now this move, I don't really too much care for it. Reason being, I feel like the cons outweigh the pros. For one, this move takes X meter, so and for me, a lot of times when I try to play in regular gameplay, sometimes I miss and do the move, and it takes away my X meter. So yeah, be very cautious. Now this move is more so like a defensive move, but I feel like I said, the cons outweigh the pros, because for one, when you fade out, it's only for like maybe like a second or so. And then you'll come right back in the spot that you fade out from. So say like if Cyclops were to throw a Mega Optic Blast and you were to fade out, you would fade out for that one moment and then come right back into the super move, effectively getting caught by it. So yeah, be very careful using this move. And also you can do this move in midair. Okay, so the next move that I want to discuss is this elemental sword attack. When you're using the elemental swords, it will take away your X meter, so keep that in mind. So the first one I want to go over is his lightning sword, and you do this by doing a quarter circle back and light punch. And Silver Samurai will infuse his sword with lightning energy. So like as you attack your opponent will suffer from lightning damage. You can see like Iceman turning like a dark grayish color. And you can see the electricity going around his body. Yep. Okay. All right. So his next element is, I want to say, his ice. And the way you do it is a quarter circle, reverse, and medium punch. And basically, it does the same thing as the lightning, but you just infuse your sword with ice. So finally, that fire element, and you do this by doing a quarter circle backwards and fierce punch. And then you can attack your opponents using fire. Okay. So each of the elemental sword takes away X meter, so be highly careful with that. And out of the swords, I think fire is my favorite. You know, I never really paid attention to the overall status of each sword, but I can honestly say fire is my favorite without a shadow of a doubt. All right. Okay, so the next move I want to discuss is his clone attack. You do this by doing a quarter circle back and 2 kick buttons. And you can see Silver Samurai will summon shadow clones of him. Now you catch your opponent with a strike, you'll notice that his regular attack hit multiple times now. I like this move. Okay, and that's basically it. All it is, you just increasing your basic attack output, or your offensive attack output with this move. And that's about really it in a nutshell. Okay, moving right along. Okay, so now I want to talk about Silver Samurai's super moves. He has 2 of them, and the first one is called a Shuriken, and you do this by doing a quarter circle forward and 2 punch buttons together. And Silver Samurai would do electricity attack, kind of similar to Storm's lightning storm. This move is highly effective, and is one of the most effective anti-air in the game, if you ask me. So out of the 2 super moves, this one is my favorite. Okay. So you can only do this move from a standing position, and you cannot jump in mid-air when you perform this move. You have to be on ground. All right. So the second move I want to talk about, or his second super move I want to talk about, is a triple Shuriken, and you do this by doing a quarter circle back and 2 punch buttons. And Silver Samurai threw out 3 large Shurikens. Now this move is not a bad super move, but I want to say I feel like it's a waste of meter if you use this because it doesn't really covers a lot of it doesn't cover a lot of area, and then if your opponent sees it coming, they can easily jump over it. So I wouldn't really recommend using the super. I would just stick with the Shuriken. I'll just stick with that one. Yep. Okay, so like in closing, I want to say Silver Samurai. I think he's a pretty solid character. I think the most thing with him is he has range with his sword attacks. His range is very big and very huge. So like use that to your advantage. Like I say, the fierce kick will get you in. It can get you closer to your opponent. The fierce punch, you can pretty much like set your opponent up by hitting fierce punch twice. The Shuriken is very effective because the thing is, even though it comes out fairly slow, the main thing with the Shuriken is about blocking energy. The Shuriken does massive damage even on block, so that's the main thing with Silver Samurai. You wanna whittle down your opponent with Shurikens. So whenever your opponent is away from you, you keep the pressure on your opponents by throwing Shurikens at them. So when you get close, try to like catch them off guard with a Fury Sword. And also, don't forget that you have a vast selection of moves that he can use. The only drawback is that most of these moves take away from your X meter. So like whenever you use them, you just got to make sure that's the thing you really want to do. Cause like another thing I want to say is Silver Samurai don't really have an anti-air, but he does, and that's with his Shuriken attack. So the thing is, you want to try to lure your opponent to jump at you or attack, or maybe throw like some type of beam blast or something from out midair. And if you can like close the gap and get under them, just catch them with the Shuriken. And also keep in mind that the closer you are to your opponent with the super move, the more effective the super move is going to be, and the more damage that you're going to output. The more offensive damage you're going to cause your opponent. So keep that in mind. And like I said, this move is if you use it like an anti-air, is very effective. And that's really about it for Silver Samurai. If you like what you saw, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, this is Dad Mishima from Dad and Kids Play. We all hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.